What's up everybody, and welcome back to Ben's Big Drive. Today is Vlogsmas number 2, and we're coming at you with some form tips. That's right, baby, not just vlogs, we're talking form. Today, we're gonna talk about how Dak Prescott can teach you how to engage your hips and how to get more distance into your throw by one simple drill. So let's dive in. So a couple of years ago, Dak Prescott went viral on Twitter because of his unusual warm-up style. And I'm gonna play a clip of it. Make sure you listen to what the announcer says during this clip.
Take a look at Dak Prescott. Look at his workout. This is what he does. He does not have to step into throws. He does everything off of opening that right hip and then whipping that left hip. That's where he gets all his power. Maybe you can see golfers doing the same thing, and here he goes. Even on the run, you can see a little bit of the action.
So if you couldn't see where I'm going with this video already, the announcer does an awesome job of laying it out for you. But after you've watched that video and after you've seen what I'm talking about, when I say Dak Prescott's unusual warm-up, I have 3 different things from you to take from what Dak Prescott does so that you can incorporate it into your game and find out how to put your hips into your throw. And so the first thing that I want you to take from what Dak Prescott is doing is you need to see that he is driving off of his back foot. So notice how he's always progressing forward. He's making forward progress every single time he does this, and he's pushing his weight, which is all on his back foot, forward, driving during that rotation. So his foot drives into the ground and pushes forward while it's rotating. Now what that does is that it gets all of his body weight on that back hip. I'm going back hip for righties. He's flipped around this way, but we could just think of it mirrored, right? Lefties do this all the time. We can do one solid for the lefties. So he has all of his weight on the back foot and it's pushing forward. So what that does is, because the weight is back and because he's driving forward on that back hip, that is putting all the weight into his throw. Now, if his weight were forward and he's pushing off that back hip, that's not putting the weight into his throw, because if your body weight is forward, isn't really being pushed by your back foot is really just catching up to your body weight. But because he keeps his weight back, he pushes off of that back foot and he drives it forward. So that's the first thing I want you to take away. Now, the second thing that I want you to take away from what Dak Prescott is doing is his timing. Look what he's doing. He's not just working on his hips, but he's creating hip and shoulder separation. So what that means is that when he lines up, he's not going hips forward, everything forward. He's doing this drill and his hips are going backwards. His hips are going forwards, and then when his hips turn and fire to go towards his target, he's reaching back. So what is this doing? This is creating tension in your core, and it's separating your hips and your shoulders so that your hips are much stronger than your upper body. When they fire, your upper body is gonna catch up, and it's gonna catch up with a lot of steam and with a lot of power. That's the same thing that we wanna do with our backhand throw. So watch the timing here. Just pretend you're a lefty quarterback. He's going here. Your reach back, your coil, your extension, whatever you wanna call it, happens when the hips are going forward. So that's creating that coil here. Now we have all this power back here to fire it through. Now I want you to get a feel for what that feels like doing the Dak Prescott drill, except for backwards, as in if you were a lefty. So this is the type of feeling and action that we want to have in our core and in our hips when we go to throw. And the last thing I want you to take from the Dak attack is that this is how he warms up. He starts off every single game by not only getting those hips and the muscles in your core ready for game time by firing them up and by doing this twisting motion, but he's also creating muscle memory to where that every single time he throws, because in the NFL, you don't know what position you're gonna throw from, you don't know if you're gonna be on the run, you don't know if you're gonna be almost tackled, you have to figure out how to get that ball out quick from anywhere and from any position. But what he's doing is he's creating muscle memory to where every time he goes like this, every time he loads up, he's creating that hip and the shoulder separation and making it muscle memory to where he sees somebody open, he doesn't have to think, okay, well, I know I got Ezekiel Elliott on the wheel route here, he's open. I think I'm gonna plant my back foot. I'm gonna keep that weight back here a little bit and I'm gonna go for it. No, I need to keep my weight backwards. I need to, now you see, that's not gonna work in the NFL. What he has to do is he sees Ezekiel Elliott open and boom, all of his muscle memory goes, bam, he's done that 1,000 times. He gets a powerful zappy pass off. Now that's exactly what we have to do in our disc golf training. We have to make that hip separation and that coiling motion 100% natural so that we don't have to think about it. It happens every single time and we can focus on more important things like hitting our line or hitting the right angle. So what I recommend to you is go out and try this. Get a feel on both sides of your body, how this feels to get that hip and shoulder separation. Dak already put it out there so you don't have to worry about being embarrassed doing it. I still looked kind of funny doing it in my backyard, but go out there and do this when you warm up. Make sure you're getting those muscles ready when you warm up to go play a tournament or go play a round. Let me give you a little secret. I do this on the tee pad before every single power shot. If I know, hey, it's really important that I get my hips and my power into this shot, I'll do this on the tee pad before I even think about what line, what angle. I'm going up there and I'm not pulling forward. I'm just getting that hips fire. Seeing how that feels, seeing how my feet relate to the tee pad, how I need to run up, how I need to stay on the balls of my feet so that once I get to the end of the tee pad, bam, it's muscle memory and now I can focus on the angle. So make this muscle memory. Do the Dak Prescott thing. Put some salsa music on the back if you like that. And learn how to get that hip and shoulder separation, drive off your back foot, and you'll be getting your hips into your throw in no time. Vlogsmas day number 2. Get ready because Vlogsmas day number 3 is coming. When? Tomorrow. That's how this works. It's sequential.